Samuel Adams Brewing Company out of Boston, Massachusetts. Sam 76 Refreshing Lager. 4.7% alcohol. Let's give it a shot. So I'm sure if anybody that watches my channel drinks beer, you've had Sam 76 already. If you haven't, I'm sure it's on your list to get to it at some point. How could you not? They have TV commercials during football games, baseball games, hockey games, Family Guy, The Simpsons, your news, whatever you're watching. Samuel Adams is kind of like the craft beer of your Budweiser and your Miller. Your Bud Lights, your Miller Lights. I bet you, I'm almost positive you see just as many Samuel Adams commercials as you see Bud Light or Miller Lite commercials. Nothing wrong with that. If you've had the Boston Lager, which if you've had Sam Adams, I'm almost positive that you have, the Boston Lager is just fine the way it is. It's a lager. It seems slightly heavier than medium bodied, almost a little bit of spice in it, and voila, that's it. It's a lager. And I feel like there was nothing wrong with that. So they made Sam 76 because they wanted to add more flavor to it. I feel like the beer has gotten lighter. Even the color looks it looks lighter. If I don't have a Boston Lager right next to me to contrast and compare. However, from my memory, it looks lighter. Not only does it look lighter, it feels lighter. It feels like a light-bodied beer. On top of that, I feel like it's not the same formula, and what they're adding in flavor-wise is just a slight hop flavor. I had this beer over the summer, and for some reason I thought there might have been a little bit of a citrus tone to it. I think there still is. I'm just not tasting it at the moment. But there's really nothing extremely special about this beer. It has a light quality. It's drinkable. It's highly drinkable. It's still slightly crisp. It's not a light-bodied beer, but it's not medium. I think it falls somewhere in between. But it does have this hoppy kind of flavor to it. I'm not saying it's overly hoppy. I'm not saying it's annoyingly hoppy. Even the fiance tried it, and it's drinkable. It's bearable. I feel like the hop flavor is supposed to bring out more of a drinkable quality. It's supposed to give you some flavor to it, and I see that as true if it's done right. This is just kind of like a light lager and with some hop flavor. I don't know how to explain it any more than that. Again, maybe a slight citrus tone to it, but am I displeased with the beer? Absolutely not. Am I overwhelmed by the beer? No, that's not the case either. I just don't understand why Sam Adams had to come out, or who made them or influenced them to do this. There was nothing wrong with the Boston Lager, but I'm not understanding why they decided to do this. There was nothing wrong. There's no need to fix it. I never heard that until I joined the military, but now I see a lot of these companies doing this weird thing where they're like, okay, if somebody's complaining about it, we have to change it. No, you don't. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to make a second batch of anything. However, in Samuel Adams' case, you don't have to worry about that because I'm sure you're a very profitable company. This is just it kind of, I think they wanted to make something maybe more summery, and that's the only excuse I can give on their behalf without speaking for them. But again, if you're going to go with a hoppy flavor, I just feel like you should have just went with some sort of citrus, or maybe a light citrus. But then again, you'd probably get your porch rocker out of it. So in this case, I'm just not sure why they decided to make an entire new beer formula. But they did it, and people are enjoying it. My drinkability, yeah, you can drink a six-pack. I feel like this is more of like a summertime beer, but I'm not going to hesitate to say it's year-round either. On a scale of 1 to 10, though, I'll give it a 6. There's nothing fantastic about this beer. There's nothing different about this beer that couldn't have been solved in the original Boston Lager formula. I just don't understand and maybe I'm being very biased and opinionated on this, but I'm just confused. Why? There was nothing wrong with the Boston Lager. Now all the commercials are saying, "Oh, it's got more flavor in it." All I'm tasting is a little bit of hops. That's it. It's a very light, dialed back hop flavor, and that's all you're doing is getting a flavor. If you're looking for a light beer, a light lager, if you like Sam Adams and you like a little bit of hop flavor, there's no bite, there's no bitterness. Yeah, sure. If you haven't already, because I know I'm way late with this, but the fiance said she wasn't sure if she ever had it. I have. I was trying to explain it to her. I decided I'm just going to go around that entire fence and just buy one and have her try it again so it can refresh her memory, or maybe it's the first time. And she even said, it's not bad, but And I said the same thing. So again, that's Samuel Adams Brewing Company out of Boston, Massachusetts, Sam 76, 4.7% alcohol.